I am local. My name Shokhkal. I want job. How much? Salary? You give. Tamil?
Stop getting the wrong advice. Want a job in the Middle East? Contact Loy Macedo.
This is going to be a rather short video, but it's going to be my thoughts about the Emirates Airlines cabin crew or Emirates Airlines employees who are being terminated. I've never in my life, a coin. I always notice coin. You can see coin? Got a coin. Yeah. There's like, keep lucky coin. Okay. I've never in my life, like I was telling you, have received so many people unemployed from one single organization. It's like now, almost out of 5 CVs, every 1 to 2 CVs are from Emirates. Okay? Now, this is not to rain on your parade, and it's not to say, ha ha ha, you guys. No, nothing like that. I'm not a person who gloats when somebody is down. But I want to give you my thoughts about what I've noticed with Emirates Airlines employees. Now, obviously, there are people from all parts of the world, but I'll give you the common factors, okay? The commonality. Number one, in Emirates, what I've noticed is most of them, visually, physically, they look very presentable. They're very presentable, very attractive, good looking, smart, perfect. Like you would say, most of them can even, become a model. Most of them are attractive, good looking, presentable, smart. But that's it. Then when you start focusing on, okay, what are the skills you have? The skills that they have is so average. Like, hear me out. Okay. Now, it's not that they don't know their job well. They know their job, but their job is designed only for Emirates Airlines. They are very good at a procedure. They are very good at a process. They are very good at a routine, mundane task. Okay? For example, ticketing. Okay? They're very good at ticketing. Let's say following standards, protocol, customer service, which is tough. It's not easy. Okay? So they're good at all these things. But then in the real world, nobody gives a fuck about these skills. Nobody wants a pretty face other than being in the reception or, customer service, stand there and smile. Now I'll tell you where that is a problem. Where that is a problem is Emirates would pay, I'm not joking, there are people who have $2,000, $5,000, $6,000, unbelievable fucking salaries for customer service, for VIP lounge and this and that. And they are I'm looking at $5,000 for customer service. What? $5,000 for customer service? Where the fuck in today's market condition anyone will pay you $5,000 for customer service? What customer service are you going to provide? How are you, sir? Welcome, sir. Go to this direction, sir. Let me take you through this, sir. What? In the real world, customer service, they'll pay you $1,000 or maybe even less. You'll get someone from an Asian country who will be very happy to accept $1,000. Man, in today's market conditions where the market is down, where there are plenty of unemployed people, where there are less jobs and times are tough, you're expecting $5,000 for customer service? See, don't get me wrong, cabin crew is a tough job, okay? Safety, health is a tough job. Getting prim and proper and prepared, PPP, before the flight is a tough job. Traveling is a tough job. It's very strenuous. But what are your skills? Your skills are looking presentable, serving tea, coffee, making sure everything is proper, and you land safely. That in the real world, non-aviation world, is called being a waitress. It's called being a waiter. Who's going to pay you a big salary for that? Who's going to give you free airline tickets? Who's going to give you free accommodation for that? You can get a waiter or waitress even for $200, man. This is not me shitting and gloating and trying to piss all on your parade. But this is the reality, man. You look very attractive, fine. You have six-pack abs, beautiful. You look like a model, wow. You have an amazing Instagram following. You have an amazing YouTube following, good. Fine, make that your career. But if you're talking of the real business world, it's tough. The non-Emirates world is tough. And if you expect by mentioning 4 pages, 5 pages, 6 pages of Emirates Airlines experience and hope to get a job, I'm not going to get a job. You know, in fact, now if you mention Emirates Airlines, you mention aviation. Forget Emirates Airlines. You mention aviation, you mention travel. People are like, oh, another refugee. I'm giving you actual market feedback. And unless and until you completely rebrand and reposition and revamp yourself, nobody is going to fucking give you a job, man. It's so fucking ridiculous. And on top of that, the thing that really gets to me is the sense of fucking entitlement. Oh, Lord, I have worked 10 years with Emirates Airlines, 15 years, 20 years. I gave them my blood, sweat, my tears, blood. I was bleeding. Oh, I gave all that blood. I didn't wear Pampers. I didn't wear Always Plus pads. I was bleeding. Blood, sweat. I was doing workouts, exercise, and tears. I was crying every day at Emirates. I gave them all this. They paid me a salary of only 10,000, 8,000, but I worked so much more, Loy. Now, can you help me get a job? So I tell them, fine. These are my charges. Loy, please. I'm going through a very tough time, Loy. Very tough. I have a mother to look after. I have a father to look after. I have children to look after. I think they forget to mention the part. I went for these expensive holidays. I have this nice house. I saved money to buy 2-3 houses, properties. My children are studying in premium schools. I stayed in JBR, or I stayed in a very expensive posh location. I had a great lifestyle. My holidays were, staying in 5-star, 3-star, 4-star hotels, taking nice Instagram and Facebook pictures. We enjoyed life, Loy. That was 20 years of enjoyment. But now I'm having a tough time after all that enjoyment. So I want you to sacrifice your money, your time, sacrifice what money you can give your family, your children, your wife. Sacrifice all that to take care of me, Loy. Because I have no money, Loy. I have no money. Oh, I have to take care of my poor mama, my poor papa. They both enjoyed life 30 years. I gave them the best. They're suffering, Loy. I need to take care of them, Loy. That's your problem, Loy. Oh, Loy, help me. I have no money. And then they feel as if it's like a discount, Loy, discount. And then if that was not good enough, okay, forwarding CVs, fine. I have told you, irrespective which industry you are, who you are, if a person asks me, Lloyd, do you have a few CVs for sales or whatever, I categorize them accordingly and I forward it. Okay? Because these clients pay me money. But then you have these arrogant pricks who, hey Lloyd, if there's any vacancy, get back to me. I'm contactable on this, alright? Take care. And then the audacity to send me a message. Any update? Like, who the fuck is this? I send you my CV. Do you have any updates for me? Oh, you fucking idiot. If someone wants to get in touch with you, they'll get in touch. I'm not sitting here as the secretary to fucking, sir, this is your update, sir. You didn't pay me any fucking money for this. Then you have other people, oh, Loy, what's the point of you offering this service if I don't get calls? Huh? Fucking hell. And then you get people whose ego is still up there. What? They are telling me, Loy, when I tell them that, listen, you need to revamp, change a couple of things. Loy, do you know who I am? Do you know how many companies give me offers? Do you know how many airlines used to literally come knocking on my door? Ooh, really? Fuck. Then go take that job. The fucking ego. Unbelievable. It's like this guy, senior level. When I, you won't believe, he literally had on his CV, he had the countries, he visited. He has put like an Excel sheet with the countries he visited. That's one page. Another page he has put his skills. Full page. I am leadership, team working, time management, specialization in ticketing, and it's like an Excel sheet. I think around 7 to 8 pages. I tell him, see boss, this is not a CV. And he tells me, oh, FYI, he's telling me, FYI, Mr. Tattooed Man, staying in a forest. I've been part of the corporate world for so many years. I've traveled to UK, US. I know the corporate culture. I know the who's who. It's just that these are challenging times. So if you can help, fine. I don't need your sarcasm. Okay. Sorry, sir. Sorry. Sir, you try. Listen, the thumb rule is simple. If your profile is great, people will respond. If your CV is good, you'll get called for an interview. If your interview skills are great, they'll offer you a job. Okay? Because that is your convincing power. If nobody knows you, then at least get your CV sorted out. If your CV is not sorted out proper, nobody's going to bother. Because how does anyone know you? What? Through your Facebook, through your Instagram, through your LinkedIn, through these fake job sites? The ego, the ignorance, the arrogance, the sense of entitlement is so fucking incredible. You lived a good life, had a good job, good salary, traveled the world, had a good time. But you didn't save money. You took on more debt. Or you lived an expensive life. And now you want others to help you so you can get back on your high horse? No. You enjoyed, you pay the price. Nothing comes for free. And you were in your comfort zone, your happy zone, part of Emirates, the global brand. And now, Shandy. It's called Shandy brand. So now, enjoy. Figure out how to survive in the real world. Glory days are gone, my friend. Glory days are gone. Now, they will pay what you're really worth. If you're not getting any offers, you better start struggling or take professional help, or you're going to be unemployed for years and years and years. Until nobody wants you, because once you cross a certain age, nobody is bothered. Then it's an unemployment line. This is not me hating on you. This is tough love. Remember my video when, after a couple of years, just watch my video.
I am local. My name Shohkal. I want job. How much? Salary? You give. Tamil?
Stop getting the wrong advice. Want a job in the Middle East? Contact Loy Macedo.